Speaking to Radha and Ronica. Oh, Monica with an I.
Will we hear you in our headphones?
Good.
Yeah, I can hear you too. Okay, good.
And we are back with the washing machine again at the Next Stage Theatre Festival. I forgot to mention that both of these shows are in the studio space. All right, and speaking with me is Radha S Menon, the writer, and Ronica Sajnani. That is right.
It's phonetics. Ronica Sajnani.
And Radha Menon.
Okay, all right. Correct me. I'm open to be corrected. And you play Aya.
No,
I play Aya. Radha's the playwright.
I should introduce myself to the people who are coming, right, don't I? Welcome to the stage left.
Thank you.
All right, the washing machine. It doesn't take place in a washing machine, but the washing machine plays a major role in this. I guess you could describe it as going back home kind of tale and trying to rediscover certain magics that were there. Would that be correct?
Well, it's about a woman who returns to her old ancestral home in southern India, and she tries to change everything. She tries to erase history, and the washing machine is sort of a metaphor for all the cycles that we are all caught up in daily life, whether it's religion or class or caste, as in India.
Right. All of that little themes come through the whole piece, and for me, sometimes about also trying to find yourself. Sort of.
Yeah.
Right. The woman was trying to find herself. That's when I saw that one. Okay, she's on a journey here.
I actually saw her as a bit of a feminist also, because she's looking for change and equality, and all of that gets murky and undermined by her narcissism, which is just to assert her own wants and needs over anything and everybody else. That was kind of what I also got from the playwright. I've never discussed this with Radha, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, absolutely. Well, the thing is, I write it, but pieces of work, they just take their own, they sprout legs and walk, they take their own lives, and really I write a framework, but I really believe that the artists who perform characters have the right and the ability to let these characters grow, and they can fill them up with subtext. And yes, Isabel does have that kind of journey, and she is a feminist, and she truly does believe in equality, but the problem is that she buys into systems, and the majority of everybody buys into systems, and that's what it's about.
But true, because from watching the play, I kind of get a little bit that she was a bit of a colonialist. There's one line where she says that India was better under Britain. Which is like, what?
Yeah, well, she completely is. I mean, she's an Anglo-Indian lady, and it's set in 1978.
Right.
And colonialism in India is huge. I mean, the British were in India for a very long time, and they created a whole new class of people, the Anglo-Indians, and they basically governed India for the British. So hierarchies were set up, and again, systems were set up, and Isabel was taught that British is the best, and that's what she was taught. It's as simple as that.
She brought it out. We must admit, although you mentioned that she was a feminist, she was back also, she was running this plantation. She was like
She wanted to run it.
I
don't think she was ever running it.
Well, she did make a great impression of running it.
Okay.
And she did make that impression that, she was firing people. And Ronica, you played Aya, right? Which is, should I describe it as the head of the household? You kind of ran things.
Yes, I do run things, and but it is more like it's the equivalent in my mind of being in a matriarchal society, where the mother actually runs the house, but she does it in such a subtle way that people and the man of the house are led to believe that they're doing it, but they're not actually.
Sounds familiar.
Isn't that how it has always been?
Absolutely, you should know.
It's how it's always been, yes.
So yes, And in fact, Isabel says that. She said, if Aya leaves, what will we do? Because she basically runs this house. Mm-hmm. And the other thing about Aya, and that what makes her so important, is that she has all the history. She's got the connections from Isabel's grandmother, her mother, who was born the same day as she was, their friendship. So she's seen all of this stuff happen that either Isabel doesn't want to acknowledge or thinks if she doesn't acknowledge.
Well, yeah, you've seen a lot of things that you don't agree with, your character doesn't agree with, and you think that...
well, I'm stuck in my cycle, my system.
in that watching cycle.
Yes.
There was another lady on stage that doesn't really say much.
Yes, that's the ghost of Mummy. That's Isabel's mother.
Right.
And she has been called back because, and when she enters and she first speaks, she's lamenting the fact that she's been brought back to this wretched place because she hasn't done her duty, and the Agori, who's the yogi, has brought her back, and basically she's ordered to fix the mess she's made by not instructing her children.
So she's kind of back to make amends.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. There's a lot of the culture of the, what do you call, the myths, the legends, that is grown into that, because it covers, there's a whole clash of
modern and ancient and different cultures, as well as ideologies. And yes, there is this surrealist and also, as you mentioned, the myth of people who span lifetimes, and how some of us believe in it and some of us don't, and how that then clashes with the way you interact and live your life.
Quite true, and it's very interesting to see that whole cultural clash, because on stage you don't normally get to see on Toronto stages the idea that monkeys are sacred, and that whole cultural clash of okay, you don't, because cows are sacred also, and in India, a lot of that,
absolutely,
right? So you see that whole clash because suddenly this woman is trying to change all of that.
Yes,
right,
and she's coming into this. I guess it's a big fight within this whole war of trying to break down those barriers. And there was another thing that came up also, and I'm like, going, wow.